a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Charlie.
And also Charlie.
You're Robert.
Am I? Are you assuming my name?
Yes, because I've heard you say, hey, my name is Robert.
Hey, my name is Chicka Slim Shady.
What's up, gamer?
What's up? I don't think you've made your last name public, so I'm not going to say it.
Well, my dude.
My dude, my bro. Hey, bro,
My bro. Bro, my jam bud.
Bro.
Actually.
Bro, jam bud, bro, hey. Close your eyes, bro. What do you see?
I'm closing them. I see nothing.
That's my life without you, bro.
Is that really how the quote goes, though?
Yeah, that's how it goes. And then the bro opens his eyes like, bro. Hey, Charlie, guess what?
We finally got the bits.
We finally got the bits.
The bits.
So we got the bits in season 1, episode 2, Laser Light Cannon. A magical comet hurtles towards Beach City, and Stephen must dig through his father's collection of old junk and the past to find the weapon that can save the town.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And you know what's important about this episode, Robert? We actually have rose quartz mentioned.
Oh my god, rose quartz gets a lot of like breadcrumbs are set this episode.
Yeah, actually, like so many. But This is her first episode. Not technically being in it because I mean she's dead.
She's gone! I love how we both thought of that.
We need to. We always have to.
I need to edit it so it like so we're synced because like he does have that like echoed voice.
No, just put in the other thing also in the background. Welcome, my friend, to the Classroom Gems.
The Classroom Gem. I was not a huge fan of the shorts that would play between seasons.
I thought those were cute. Okay.
I thought it was. It's sort of like how I also don't like the chibi Avatar shorts that much. Like I just think it's very silly.
Dare you?
I just think it's very silly and like.
And you like Uncle Grandpa.
I like the Uncle Grandpa episode. I don't like Uncle Grandpa.
Wow. I'm learning so much about Robert through this experience.
I also like the Generator Rex Ben 10 crossover episode, but I'm not a huge fan of Generator Rex.
Interesting.
I'm also a huge. Okay, no, I was gonna say the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, but I did like both shows.
You gotta love the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. That gives us the best ship, which is Jimmy and Timmy.
Yeah.
Jerkinators.
Here, before we talk about the gems, quick thing. Charlie, did you know that the Nicktoons Unite fandom ships Jimmy and Timmy very hard?
Yeah, yes, I know. We look at this. We look at the same fan art all the freaking time. Like, you send me fan art and I send you fan art and we're both like, yeah, I've already seen this.
It's so gay, but it's so great. Class is in session. What are you here to teach us today?
Well, I'm going to talk about our first gem a little bit.
Our first gem.
I'm trying to find some good sources online for these things.
Just
bear
go
with
to,
me.
Gem.com. What happens if you go to gems.com?
I don't know if that exists.
Here, I'm gonna gems.com. What is this? Something awesome is coming. Oh, it's a website that is in production.
Amazing. All right.
Does not exist. For those of you who want to go to gems.com, and unfortunately it does not exist yet. But yes, Charlie?
I just want to talk about like little facts about like each of these gems in the real world and how that might have affected like, you know, what they came to be in the show. So, okay, I do like this very interesting fact that the rose quartz is known as like the love stone. It's said to balance emotions and to heal anger and disappointment. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Very cool.
Egyptians believed the stone could prevent aging.
The Egyptians are awesome.
I mean, Steven still looks like he's 8 and he's 13, so interesting. All right, what do we got here? I'm looking at like a few different sites for things. But oh yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. The meaning of rose quartz is like love and compassion. Very good. I've definitely seen a lot about like it being related to like love and like it's attached to like the heart and self-care. Oh my god, this is saying it's connected to Aphrodite and Adonis for our mythology friends out there. Huh. The rose quartz can be smoky, cloudy, or as clear as water. I'm just thinking about smoky quartz there. Um,
Whoa, I'm smoky.
a I don't know if smoky is like its own separate gem or not. Actually, we'll come to that eventually. Loving, energy, abundance, and joy, healing properties. We got some physical healing properties. Helps improve circulation, boosts heart health, and good for pregnancy.
Hey, for all you pregnant people out there, get yourself a rose quartz.
I mean, Rose Quartz was also pregnant
And then
in the
she
show.
died. And then she died.
And then she died, so like I guess she didn't heal herself.
100% of pregnant people have died.
I mean, not all of them are currently dead.
Okay, 100% of everyone who's ever been pregnant has died. So I mean, we need to think about how pregnancy affects
100% of pregnant people can die. How about that? Has the possibility of dying in their
100%.
lifetime.
More like 100% of pregnant people will die in their lifetime.
Yeah, there
That's
you
the
go.
point. It's sort of
Exactly.
like that statistic that's like 100% of people who've had water have died. So maybe water's poison.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, Charlie, 100% of people who have had Dairy Queen have died. So maybe you should ease up on
Shut
the
the
Dairy
fuck
Queen.
up. I love my Dairy Queen. But yeah, this is very cool that we got Steven's healing powers in here. We got Steven literally being like he's the heart of the group. We all know it. Like he's that guy. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any fun things here. Okay, that's interesting. Geological properties.
Ooh, geological
Ooh.
properties. Tell me
Color
about
pale pink to deep reddish pink.
And you know what? Her gem is very light pink.
Pink.
Pink, yeah.
I wonder why it's so pink.
I wonder if it kind of looks like a diamond. That can't be.
Yeah,
That
I
can't
don't
mean
know. Maybe
anything.
that's important. Maybe it's not. Could be.
It's fucking wild. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what half of these things mean because I don't know a lot about gemstones. Interesting that it's like possibly aligned to the heart chakra. Very cool. Ooh, can rose quartz go in water?
I mean, yes.
Okay, that'll be a question for like a different gemstone that we won't get to till like season 2.
True.
How to charge rose quartz?
How to plug it in with your iPhone charger.
I think this is for like, spiritual like things and
Oh,
such.
yes.
That's why I was like, that's why it's involved in like healing and the heart and all of that. Some of this is kind of, spiritual, mythological in some places. It's not necessarily
Shout
like
out
actual.
to mythologies and religions that are like ancient and old that I like personally don't believe in, but I would not fuck with. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge believer in like witchy stuff, quote unquote, like tarot, for example. But if people perform tarot on me, I believe it 100%. I don't fuck with that.
I think that's why I'm like afraid of getting my tarot read. I'm like, I don't know if I want to know. I'm good because I will believe it. So I'm scared. But okay, you can charge rose quartz in the moon light. Good to know. Okay, this is interesting. If you leave rose quartz in the sun, the pink coloring will fade.
What's the name of the Garnet Steven fusion again? It's
Sunstone.
Sunstone. So I guess maybe that's a reference.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There definitely isn't any pink in Sunstone. I don't believe.
I mean, Sunstone is like orange, yellow. Yeah. How to use rose quartz to attract someone. Oh my god, wait, that's so good. On this page, it literally asks, is rose quartz a pink diamond? I'm gonna cry.
Well, yes.
No, that's just so funny. I'm on the website tinyrituals.co because I was just literally just looking up like the first things that come up for rose quartz gemstone. Yeah, so that's just funny that someone actually asked these people on this like spiritual website, is rose quartz pink diamonds? It's like, no, they're not the same. They literally are just like, I don't know, it kind of just seems like, why would you ask that in this answer? Yeah, I think I'm basically done here. I have no other thoughts.
I'm surprised you had any thoughts to begin with.
I'm trying something here. I'm trying to do something and not sound
You try
boring.
to have thoughts. You try to have thoughts, Charlie.
I'm trying to do my myth section from Avila's Gods, but like gems, and I don't know enough about gemstones actually to make it work.
In case you gemmed it, but
I hate you.
Love you too. So the episode opens up with Steven and Amethyst going to Beach City Walk Fries to get fry bits.
Is it just called Beach City Walk Fries?
Yes.
Is that the full name of this restaurant?
That is what the Wikipedia says.
Okay, I don't know. I just think
it also says it on the sign, Beach City Walk Fries.
I've never looked at the sign. I'm just like, it's the fry place. You know, they're the Frymans. They have fry hair.
Steven wants the bits. The bits.
The bits. You know,
which,
the bits.
To be honest, when I get fast food French fries, the best part are like the little crispy bits at the bottom that aren't full fries.
Literally.
Literally.
Absolutely.
I don't eat corn dogs that often, but when I do, my favorite part of the corn dog is the crispy bit that's left on the stick.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm with you there.
I'm glad we could agree, Charlie.
Corn dogs are good.
Charlie, you and I together rule the world. One corn dog at a time.
One corn dog at a time. But you know, if every pork chop were perfect,
we wouldn't have hot
dogs.
I'm a huge hot dog slut, which don't read into that.
Hey!
I love me a good hot dog, but I only like Nathan's hot dogs. I don't like any other flavor of hot dog.
That's fair. I getcha.
So yeah, Amethyst and Steven notice that there's a giant eyeball just descending to Earth.
This is my favorite time of day, you know, when the sun sets and the second sun is also setting or something. Like, second sun? What? What's happening?
It's a giant eyeball. Do we ever find out what this eyeball is? Is it from Homeworld?
They call it the red. I assume so, because remember, all of the gem ships are like body parts.
Right.
Usually they use like the hand ship or whatever. So I assume the eyeball is part of that because it's a body part, right?
I guess.
So I don't know.
The only way the crystal gems can think of to defeat this eye is with a laser light cannon that belongs to rose quartz.
But you missed the best joke of all. Oh my god, it's a red eye. It's going to infect us all. Steven, that's pink eye.
I found myself laughing at a lot of the jokes in this episode because I haven't watched this episode since it premiered in 2013, or like maybe a year after it premiered in like 2014. So I haven't watched this episode since 2014.
My goodness.
Yeah,
this early on in the show, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't fully sold on the show. I was made to watch the show by a friend / partner.
Howdy, partner.
And I was like not really into it at first. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try it. You really like this. People are into it. Whatever. I can't. I'll once we get to which episode I think got me into the show, I'll let y'all know. But I was still not fully there at this point. Just like, what is happening?
Oh, I was on board since like the second episode. Like the second,
I feel like it took me like
I was on board since
5 or 6 or something.
Cheeseburger Backpack. The second I saw Cheeseburger Backpack, I'm like, I want that fucking backpack, and then I never got it.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember when it might have been Giant Woman, and that's like episode 12. I mean, the episodes are like 10 minutes long, so like doesn't take that long to get to Giant Woman.
All I wanna do
You see,
is
you
see
turn
you
into
turn into.
a giant woman. A giant woman. So yeah, they finally mention rose quartz laser light cannons. It's the only thing that can save us. Rose quartz. And they also finally mention Steven has a dad who he doesn't live with. I wonder why.
Steven thinks that if it was his mom's, that means his dad probably has it somewhere.
Because the
And
gems are like, well, we have no idea where this would be. So let's ask
yeah,
Greg. Why not? It's a way to introduce us
definitely
to Greg.
definitely feel like Steven's 13, my guys. Like,
Yeah.
how do you lose the laser light? How do you not know where the laser light cannon is from like 13 years ago, bro?
It's also just a question of like, one, why did Rose give it to him?
Mm,
And like, I don't know, why didn't she leave them where the gems could find them? I don't know. But I think what is it? When we find Rose's armory later, there's like 3 more laser light cannons in there.
yeah. If only they found out. If only they found out about the armory like a season earlier.
Yeah. But so we finally meet Greg.
Greg
Greg.
universe.
My Greg universe.
Hmm.
That's a reference.
I know. I love how Steven is kicking and jumping on the van, trying to wake Greg up, and the only thing that wakes him up is the alarm going off, and Greg like jumps out of the van with a fucking waffle iron.
And then it still takes him like a solid minute before he's like, Steven, what
A
are
lot
you
of
doing?
a lot of the
He was not
animation in this
awake.
episode is just so funny because it's so like very like because it's so very simplistic, kind of like a Looney Tunes design.
Mm-hmm.
That face that Greg has where he's like slowly blinking, he's like, Steven?
Yeah. It's so good.
Mm.
I love
Mhm.
Greg.
I love Greg too. Greggy Poo is the best.
And we see the van.
The van,
Hey,
which Greg lives in.
hey, Robert. You know there's a diamond window on that van?
Dum bum bum. I forget. Did Rose ever tell Greg that he was a diamond? That she
Mm,
was a diamond?
no.
No. He just.
Rose never told Greg that she was a diamond. Greg never told Rose that he was a DeMeo.
I feel like one of those is more important.
Still, they technically both have like similar backstories in that way. They both put on like these, personas and became that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we finally we also this is the first time we see the storage unit, which becomes important in I don't know how many episodes later, but I do love the storage unit. It is very cool and it has a lot of weird things like Greg's golf clubs.
That he doesn't play golf.
I think I'm someone who would golf
Hmm.
eventually,
There's also, I mean, I'm pretty sure it isn't, and I'm pretty sure they didn't think about it, but on the shelving behind the golf clubs, you do see a couple of VHS tapes, and I'm like,
foreshadowing to the future
foreshadow
VHS tapes.
future VHS tapes.
God, that's so long. We have so long to go.
So long ago.
We also see Greg's CDs.
Also see Greg's CDs. Our boy has his song "Let Me Drive My Van Into Your Heart,"
Which we hear as they when they finally get the light cannon and they find it, that's what they're listening to in the car ride over, and it's so good. It's so good. It's
Greg
so
also
good.
has a t-shirt cannon that shoots a t-shirt that says "You need to get a t-shirt cannon," I believe, something along those lines.
Huh. Interesting.
Interesting.
Sounds like capitalism to me.
Sounds like capitalism. I love how these two they do not have any brain cells. They
No,
tie
none.
electrical extension wires to the cannon, drag it out with the van, which drags out everything else in the storage unit.
Yes.
they can't fit it into the van, so they think, ah, yes, this children's red wagon. Let's put this heavy ass cannon into the wagon. They break the wagon, they like shrug it off, and then just drag it in the wagon with the van.
No brain cells here. This is like negative brain cells.
This is negative brain cells.
It's
It's
so beautiful.
amazing.
But you know what? If every pork chop were perfect,
We wouldn't
we
have
would
hot dogs!
hot dogs. And then cue Mr. Universe singing "Let Me Drive Your Van Into My Heart."
Definitely
I love it.
not. It's a good song. It's just not my favorite Greg Universe song.
Yeah, Greg has a lot of good songs though.
Greg has a lot of good songs. I am a huge sucker for like 80s rock, which is like the vibe his songs go for because he was, a rock star in the 80s.
Wouldn't it have been the 90s though? Like late 80s, early
If
90s?
Steven is 14 or 13 in 2013, he would have been born in 2000. How long did Greg and...
So it's the 90s.
I guess 90s. Okay, 90s. He's like a 90s like grunge rock kind of person.
Maybe he's just like, I really liked 80s music, so I'm just going to bring that into the 90s. He's that kind of person. Yeah. Also, there is no timeline because, like...
Oh, is it
this
also
is an
like
alternate universe?
Is it like Percy Jackson where Rick is like, oh, Percy's always perpetually 17 or 18 until I change his age?
I don't think they've actually stated, like, that type of thing, like Rick, like, digging themselves into a hole. I think it's more like, this show doesn't have, like, a year. That's it. Because we do have, like, an age for Steven and such at certain times. So, like, I don't know. That's my brain is like, Steven was born in 2000. I just read him that way.
Steven definitely looks like he's the kind of motherfucker who was born with a 2 at the beginning of his year.
He's a babe. Small babe.
If he was a real person, he'd be 23.
I don't like this.
We are just a little bit older than our hypothetical Steven Universe.
And an actual voice actor Steven Universe is the same age as us.
Yeah, that's the fucking wild. I thought he was a little younger.
I hate it.
I hate it too. So as they're driving back to the beach, Greg is giving some backstory that we do later get development on, that he originally stopped in Beach City on his, not like tour, just him.
He technically says he went around the world. He did say that.
The world.
I feel like that's retconned later, that he did not go around the world touring.
Probably. And what isn't retconned, is that
the concert.
no one showed up to his concert other than Rose Quartz. And then they fell in love, and she gave up her physical form to have Steven.
Yeah. Very good. Meanwhile, Garnet is throwing Amethyst at the red eye to try to crack it because they have no other plan here.
They have no other plan. Comedy comes in threes, and she did throw Amethyst 3 times.
I love it. Amazing. No notes.
The third time Amethyst comes back, she's like, throw me again! I think it's starting to crack.
I do also love that, like, they bring the cannon out, and, like, the gems are like, what? Really? Greg had it? He's useful? I don't know. It's very important for Greg's arc to be, seen as useful to the gems.
Yeah.
And everything.
You know what's not useful? The cannon at first, because no matter what they tried, they couldn't get it to work. And all hope is lost until Steven says,
if every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs.
I forget if there's a canon reason why that works, or if it's just like the vibes.
They don't technically explain it, but like you can infer from like, yeah, it's after I said the thing that Dad always says, that it worked. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, Rose made that like the code word. Because
Rose made that
Greg.
the code word.
But that's also important, when they were trying to figure out how to use the light cannon, Amethyst just like rubbed Steven on it.
Yeah, because he has the Rose Quartz gem.
He has the gem, just like rubs him on top of the cannon.
It's wild.
But they saved most of Beach City.
I love that. Steven, we saved most of Beach City because they destroy the eye and the eye debris falls and destroys so much stuff. It destroys the part of the fry shop. It creates a giant hole that a car turns over into.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. They saved most of it. And the episode ends with Greg's van getting dragged into the ocean and Steven and Greg.
Wasn't there something happening where like the eye was also like dragging like the water, like changing
It
the
was
tides or
dragging the
something?
water, changing the tides, and then also I presume the added weight of several tons of whatever mineral that eye is made out of
That's
into
true.
the ocean, fucked with the sea levels, and
Yeah.
Greg's van just starts getting dragged into the ocean, and Steven and Greg try and get the van, and then the iris closes up on the van as the tide is pulling out.
Yeah, Steven's just like, oh, it's fine. Every pork chop were perfect. But Greg's like, but I live in there.
I live in there.
I love it. I love it. It's beautiful.
That is the end. Charlie, you know where we should go next?
Where should we go? Our Crystal Temple trivia?
Our
perhaps?
Crystal Temple trivia.
Ayy.
So, discounting the pilot episode, Laser Light Cannon is the first episode to be produced. And despite the known airing order, Cheeseburger Pack is the second episode produced, and Gem Glow the third. So it's a weird order.
I'm so confused by that sentence because
so it airs Gem Glow, Laser Light Cannon, Cheeseburger Backpack.
Mm-hmm.
They developed it, Laser Light Cannon, Cheeseburger Backpack, then Gem Glow.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
The episode had the working title of Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad.
I think Laser Light Cannon is better. I mean, yes, the mom and dad are important, but also like
also important continuity. With Steven Dad's car wash, it's called The Wash. It says that a wash is $3, which, hey, remember when Amethyst gave Steven a $3 bill?
What?
Did you not pay attention to the money that Amethyst gave him in the pilot?
I did not.
She gave him a $3 bill.
I did not know this.
In this universe, in this weird backwater universe, instead of or maybe in addition to the $2 bill, there is a $3 bill.
Queer is a $3 bill.
What the fuck?
Have you not heard the phrase like queer is a $2 bill?
No, I have not.
Interesting.
I was not aware that the $2 bill was out here sucking dick.
It really is. Didn't you know? So we have a cultural references. We have a super mushroom from Mario in Greg's storage unit.
I'm gonna go watch the Mario movie tomorrow, and I will tell you exactly how much I hate or here, future Robert, talk about how much you did or didn't like Chris Pratt in the Mario movie. Okay, fine. Here we go. The big thing that I want to tell y'all is that I thought the Mario movie was good. Chris Pratt was okay. Bowser by Jack Black, voiced by Jack Black, stole the show. Otherwise, that's all I got to say. Back to past Charlie and Robert, who are talking about Steven Universe.
Thank you, Future Robert.
Thank you, Future Robert. We appreciate your input. Let's see if Future Robert actually remembers to fucking say his bit.
Yeah, that'd be nice. There's also a red Tengu no mask. Interesting. Is that the thing that I'm thinking of? Yes, it is. Okay. I thought I remembered a red mask. What else do we got here? Okay, we do have a canon reason for why the red eye is there. Peridot sent it to see if there was any gem life on Earth. And the fact that it didn't report any gem life meant there weren't any gems on Earth. But, it was destroyed. So that's why it didn't report any gem life on Earth.
Mission report. March
Huh.
16th, 1991.
Oh yeah,
Did I
the
remember that
T-shirt.
off the top of my fucking brain? Hold on.
Sorry.
No, continue.
The T-shirt cannon is used later in Shirt
December
Club.
16th. God damn it. Mission report, December 16th, 1991. Anyway, yes, the T-shirt cannon.
It's used later in Shirt Club.
Shirt
An episode
Club.
that I have mixed feelings about. We'll get there someday.
Which episode?
Shirt Club.
Oh, Shirt Club. Hoo ha ha.
I don't know. I like parts of it and I don't like parts of it.
Hey,
But yeah.
Charlie, Shark Club. Hoo ha. Or Shark Bait. Hoo ha ha.
Ooh ha ha.
Hoo ha ha.
The pieces of the red eye appear to keep Bitch City weird. Oh,
I mean,
there's still
that
debris
makes
from
sense.
it.
There's still debris. Maybe I was wrong last episode when I was like, there was no continuity about damage to Beach City. I guess there is continuity.
That's later in the season. It's not
Yeah.
early, technically. So like,
I forgot to mention that Steven breaks a photo, like a picture frame of Greg and Rose, and that comes back in maximum capacity.
yeah, that's fixed. When is that the episode maximum capacity with Amethyst?
Yep.
Oh my god.
The episode.
Oh my god! I have mixed feelings about that episode too.
It's the episode where nobody told Greg that life was going to be this way.
It's the episode where I kind of hate Amethyst.
Yeah, no, this is like that's Amethyst, but we'll get there in like a year because that's like episode 40 something.
Yeah, that's very late.
Oh my god!
Wait! What? Okay, Steven mentions a cave junction, a cloud base, and a giant clam under the sea, which we literally see in the show. Mm-hmm. We got Rose's armory, Rose's room, and the reef. Fucking. This is. I love when they do this shit where it's like, oh yeah, that random thing mentioned, we're gonna make that real.
We're gonna make it real.
A few seasons later.
Some
it's amazing.
I have no direction. That I'm a let's be distraction. And that's a knee-jerk reaction. Still.
Interesting. Also, we have like some stuff about Greg's hair and how apparently he lost most of his hair between Steven's first and third birthdays. That's so sad.
I remember that.
He was still in his 20s.
He was still in his 20s. It's kind of like that meme that I saw a while ago that was like, how Vidalia aged from when we see her in the past to when we see her in the present. Even though it's only been like 14 years.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. These people are aging so fast. I have questions.
If your son was Onion, you would age fast too.
If your sons were Onion and sour cream.
Sour cream is cool though.
I mean, sour cream is cool, but also just like look at him as a baby and the chaos that happened while he was a baby. Robert, who would you give Pearl points to in this episode? Who are you giving a Pearl point to?
I would give half a Pearl point to the Beach City Walk Fries sign. And I would give the other half to that random car that gets flipped over into one of the craters.
Why are you like this?
Fine, I'll give it to a person. I'll give it to Amethyst for being a star player and being just thrown at the eye 3 times.
That is a very good Amethyst moment. Not gonna lie, I do love that.
Who would you give a Pearl point to, Charlie?
I want to give it to Greg because, if every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have Greg.
I want a hot dog now. Damn it. I told you earlier I want ice cream. Now I want a hot dog. The only place I can really go that has all that would be Sonic, and there's no Sonic nearby.
There's a Sonic where I live.
I'll kill you. I'll drive the 3 hours to kill you and pick up Sonic on the way back.
That's fine. I'm good with that. Please do. Oh, God. I didn't think this through. Question of the episode. What is the question? What would your phrase be to activate your laser light cannon?
I have.
There we go.
So there's no context whatsoever. There is context, but there's no context whatsoever from the next two lines I'm about to say. These were two lines I said when I was like 18, and I think I might have been a little high. One of the lines is two in the bush, one in the duck.
Okay.
And the other line is technically is for hay, not horses.
Interesting
Yeah.
choices there.
So I think I would choose technically is for hay, not horses. Just walk up to the cannon and be like, technically it's for hay, not horses.
All right, Robert. You're so chaotic.
What about you, Charlie? What would your secret phrase be to activate your cannon?
Mine would be a famous quote by like one of the awesomest, smartest people in the world. Fuck it, we ball!
Fuck it, we ball!
Yeah. That's how you activate a laser light cannon in my universe. You're welcome. Well, Robert, here at the end of all things.
At the end of all things, if every podcast was perfect, we wouldn't have the bits.
Bye!
Bye!
You can follow this podcast socials at The Bits SU Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our Diamond line through thebitsSUpod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, and I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Damn is spelled D-A-M. If you want to hear more from me, check out one of my many podcasts. I have a Once Upon a Time podcast called Entering Storybrooke, a Kim Possible podcast called That's a Sitch, and an Osman Verse podcast called the Truum Grammar Book Club.
The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Content and Capable that follows Sam as he tries to figure out what it truly means to adult.
Have you ever gotten so distracted in Stardew Valley that you forgot to sleep? Have you realised that you have a whole room in your house full of dolls? Or have you even bored your friends to sleep talking about your passion? Well then, Content Capable is the podcast for you. Join me, Sam, as I chat to people passionate about what they do, asking questions about how they fell in love with their passion, what they do, and how it interacts with their day-to-day lives. Catch the podcast every Monday as I find out what makes someone tick, all while gleaning interesting and insightful life lessons along the way. There'll be laughs, a bit of crying, a whole lot of conversations, and we learn just a little bit more about the world around us.
Robert?
I wonder why.
Are you alive?
I'm alive, yeah. So, no, sorry.
You zoned out there.
Yeah. You know who else zoned out?
Robert, this is not a visual medium. We cannot do this.
Just no context. The otter is touching the microphone.
Robert, let's finish this.
The otter is looking into your soul. All right, let's finish this. So,
Dave X Media.